Good morning. Almost 1 month is about to over. 6th of January, for you 5th of January, classes started. And today is 3rd of February. So from last 1 month we are chanting prayers from page number 7, 8 and 10. Now I hope you all get acquainted with the prayer, words, tone and everything. So today onwards, we all will chant together from page number 7, 8 and 10. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Mritangamaya Om Shanti 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 Om Sarvastaratu Durgani Sarvo Bhadrani Pashyatu Sarvassadbuddhimapnotu Sarvasarvatra Nandatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Durjana Sajjano Bhuyat Sajjana Shanti Mapnuyat Santo Muccheta Bandhebhyo Mukta Shanyan Vimochayet Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Today we have one guest Swami, revered Swami Manyanandji Maharaj. Maharaj is taking care, looking after or handling one center in Australia. Ramakrishna Math, Ramakrishna Mission, all over the world we have 296 centers. From 296, in India, we have 224 centers, like Hyderabad, different center, educational, hospital, other centers are there, mud centers, mission centers. So 224 centers in India and 69 centers outside India. In Australia, we have 6 centers, Vedant Society of Sydney, Vedant Society of Melbourne, Perth. So Maharaj is taking care of Vedant Society of Adelaide, and Maharaj is very senior monk, so I request Maharaj to conduct today's prayer. Please, Maharaj.
Good morning to all of you. So, as Maharaj just said, I am actually originally from India, as you can see. I have been there for my education, and then I joined the Ramakrishna Mission there in Australia itself. And it's almost 24 years now since I've moved to Australia. I've been there. And I've happened to visit Hyderabad, and Maharaj asked me to address all of you today here. Before I go into any discussion, you must have heard the different places in Adelaide, in Australia, isn't it? The different capital major cities, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth, Canberra. These are the 6 major cities in Australia. Darwin and Hobart are also there, but these are the 6 main cities. And maybe all of you know these 6 cities from cricket matches, isn't it? So there is an ongoing joke also in Australia, in Belur Math here, that Sridharananji Maharaj, the Swami who started all the centers there, he actually went there and saw wherever there is cricket match going on, there he went and established a Ramakrishna mission. So all the places there is an ashram there. And revered Ranganathananji Maharaj from Hyderabad, he went to Australia regularly for many, many years. For many years, almost 20 years he used to go. And then 20 years he actually conducted the classes, groups and all that. And of course, and after that, the other Swamis went and extended the whole thing afterwards and all this. And one of those centers, as Maharaj said, is Adelaide. And I was in Adelaide. I am presently in Adelaide Ashram at the moment. I've come here for a visit from there. And Swamiji asked me to address all of you today. The general practice as it is done, as I understand from Maharaj, is you read a quote of Swami Vivekananda and have a bit of discussion on that. And couple of my favorite aspects and my quotes, which I like very much of Swami Vivekananda, of course all of them are good, but then the things which I personally like very much is Swamiji always used to stress on thoughts, on how your mind is going, how your thoughts are going. It can actually make or break a person. That is what he says. Essentially what happens is somebody behaves with us in a certain way. Somebody interacts with us in a certain way. Even they don't have to speak or interact. They just can give you a look sometimes. Even that look also gives a reaction, brings a reaction within us. How dare he looks at me like that? Why did he look at me like this? Why did she look at me like this? She is having a good day or bad day, something, and she just happened to give you a look. She was not even looking at you, she was thinking something. But then that look, we interpret so much in our mind and make a big deal about it, and then suddenly we also develop an animosity towards them. They don't even have an idea what is going on in our mind. They just had a look, they walked away, and they come back to you after a while and say hello nicely. But in our mind, we have developed the thought so much in a complicated manner that my reaction is subject to the filter of my thoughts. Other person is confused. I didn't mean anything, I had a look, but then suddenly they're being bad to me. Here the problem is not others or not other people. Essentially the problem is your own thought. And then the whole drama starts with the thought. Swami Vivekananda used to stress on this all the time. And so I keep reading these quotes for myself all the time. And then first of all, make sure where your mind is, where your thought is, where your ideas are. And depending on that one, you can actually make or break your personality. You can mold your personality. You can change the outlook in which you deal with the challenges that life throws at us. This is what I consistently, persistently do for myself. So today when Maharaj asked me to share some thoughts with all of you, I thought this is a very good thing. Because even while coming to the class here, if you are coming by bus or even by your own vehicle or something, while you are driving, while you are in the bus and all that, what do? Either you are looking at your mobile phone all the time. If you are not looking at your mobile phone, you are quietly seated. But then when you are quietly seated in the bus or when you are driving, your thoughts are going on. Continuously thoughts are going on. First of all, the idea is to identify which way the thought is going, which way the idea is going. And then if you observe, 90% of those thoughts are unnecessarily useless rubbish. వాడిలా చేశాడు, వీడు అలా చేశాడు, నాతో ఇలా మాట్లాడుతుందా, నెక్స్ట్ టైం చూపిస్తాను. All these kind of thoughts keep going. How dare they talk to me like that? Next time, let them do it, I'll show them. Actual event or incident that happened is only a fraction, a small thing. We magnify that and complicate in our life. I'm not saying completely we think only these things. We think good thoughts also. But then when you think about the proportion between the good thoughts, positive thoughts, encouraging life-giving thoughts. Swamiji calls it man-making, character-building ideas. So if you actually forget everything else, just the little time it took from your house to come to the ashram here to the center, in that time, how many thoughts must have gone in your mind? And if you analyze those thoughts, how many of those thoughts are positive, man-making, character-building ideas, and how much of it is about your family, about the rest of the day, and how much of it is rubbish, useless, unnecessary thought? If you do an analysis of it, this process is called, in corporate terms, most of you must be knowing, it is called content analysis. When you take an annual report of a company at the end of the year, and when you go through that, actually there are three aspects that are covered: financial, social, and environmental. It is called triple bottom line reporting. By doing that analysis of that annual report, you will actually understand where the company is stressing, where the focus of the company is. So I'm just saying it because most of you who are present here and who are watching online as well, they know these terms. That's why I'm trying to familiarize you with this. So like that content analysis that is done for the reports, we need to do a content analysis of our own life. This is essentially what Swamiji always says. Be careful of what you are thinking. Be careful where your ideas are going. And depending on how the intensity or the proximity of those thoughts are to you, you are slowly, that transforms into action. Eventually that transforms into action. And that action repeatedly done becomes a habit. And that habit over and over performed will become sanskar. In Sanskrit it is called sanskar. And sanskar is actually all the mana sanskaralu antam kada avi. Ivala sanskaram manchidi, sanskaram chetadi ante ade sanskaram. It starts with a thought leads to desire leads to action. Action repeatedly performed becomes a habit, and the continuous habit of whatever you have eventually defines your character. And that is who a person is. వాళ్ళు మంచివాళ్ళు, వాళ్ళు చెడ్డవాళ్ళు, వాళ్ళు ఇవన్నీ డెఫినేషన్ ఎలా వస్తుంది? ఆ సంస్కారం నుంచి వస్తుంది. That sanskar is what creates all that. And that sanskar starts with a thought. ఆలోచనతో మొదలవుతుంది. In fact, to be very honest, Swamiji did not speak about all these things from somewhere or fancy ideas. Everything Swami Vivekananda spoke was from the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads. ఎక్కడి నుంచో మాట్లాడింది కాదు. These ideas of you take care of your thoughts, have your focus on the thoughts, and any rubbish, unnecessary thoughts, you remove it and focus and hold on to the sublime, better, positive, man-making, character-building ideas is actually stressed by Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Second chapter lo vastundi, dhyayato vishayan pumsa sangasteshopajayate sangat sanjayate kama kamat krodho bijayate क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहात् सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमः स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. ఇది శ్రీకృష్ణ భగవద్గీతలో చెప్పింది. స్వామి వివేకానంద మనందరికీ the way we understand, he actually put it in simple English for us to understand. Take care of your thoughts. Because what Bhagavad Gita Sri Krishna said, once you think of something, that thought will give you an attachment to that idea of the thought. And that idea of the thought will actually lead to a desire. And that desire, not all of desires are fulfilled. Sometimes they are not fulfilled. That leads to anger. Every time you get angry, always you identify that there is something you wanted, you did not get, something you did not want, but it has come to you. Then you get angry. So once you get angry, you get very crazy, you get very heated up, and then all the things which we learned, what is good, what is bad, all that is gone. Smriti vibhramaha, that all the memory is gone. And then smriti bhramsha buddhi nasho, buddhi nasha. We have our intellect, we have our right thoughts, but at that moment when we are really angry and all that, our intellect doesn't work. Afterwards, we tell ourselves, I should not have said those things, I should not have behaved like that, I should not have said those things, they're a senior person, nice person, good person, I should not have behaved. But sometimes it is too late. A lot of damage is done. And then once that sort of action, buddhinasha, happens, then buddhinashat pranashyati. That is, you will ruin your own life. And where did all this start? Everything started from one wrong thinking in our mind. This needs to be taken care of. Swamiji again and again in his quotes used to highlight and identify, please take care of your thoughts. Please identify what you are thinking. Whenever you have a free time, whenever nothing else is there, when you're quietly seated, think of what first thought comes to your mind. And try to see if it is a positive thought, it's a good thought, it is a life-giving thought, or in Swamiji's words, character building, man-making, character building thought. Is it taking me towards that direction, or is it taking me down and down and down? Of course, nowadays we don't give time for thoughts as well. The mobile phone is there, always pura time goes in that. But if you can sit down quietly, observe where your mind is taking your thoughts. And once it is understood, once it is clear, if it is not in the right direction, doesn't matter, at least we are aware of it now. Let us try to fix it and correct it. This is essentially what Swamiji used to stress on thoughts, and this is what is from the Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads itself. Just before I conclude, one more point I want to mention here. Please, 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 I request all of you have respect and reverence towards our Indian culture and Indian heritage. I'm very sorry to say, respect towards Indian culture and Indian heritage is much, much more higher in Western people than the Indian crowd that comes to the ashram in Adelaide. There is a group of people that come, and then there is a decorum, there is a paddhati, there is a ritual, there is a pattern that is followed towards what is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita or the Upanishads or whatever it is. The respect that Westerners have towards it, unfortunately, people of Indian origin take it very lightly. Only because the Westerners are respecting it very much, suddenly Indians start to highlight it. When I was a kid growing up here, I was a child. Yoga was not very fashionable. Yoga asana, I have to go to the gym. Yoga chodo and all. Now Westerners have identified how good yoga is. Suddenly yoga becomes fashionable here also. Because they are doing yoga, we have to do yoga. Yoga is nice and all. Every aspect of it. Now Ayurveda medicine is catching up really, really high. Same thing which was available for $2, now suddenly it is $20. Why? Because they have identified it is very good and very efficient, so we also have to follow. Rather than actually somebody else following and through them understanding how good our Indian heritage, Indian culture is, we ourselves can think and then we ourselves can value it, then the rest of it can fall in place. This is my request to all of you. From my side, as a Swami from India who has gone to Australia and lived there for so many years, every possible occasion, I try to actually highlight Indian heritage, Indian culture, Indian values. And I try to tell them how important it is. But unfortunately, my whole stress has to be put on people of Indian origin, not of Western people. You just tell them this is very good, they take it from there. But then our people, we need to sort of develop that. That is very much needed. And if it can happen from India, from all of you itself, that is simply excellent. This is also a thought, a positive thought. Develop in this positive side that this is my country, this is my heritage. I have absolute trust, faith, reverence, and respect for my culture, and then develop that. By all means, learn other languages. Learn English, learn French, learn Spanish, Japanese. Definitely learn all those languages, be very good at it. But don't undermine your own mother tongue, your own heritage, your own culture. When I go there, I speak English, I speak a few languages and all that, but my own language, like Telugu, Hindi, I value them, I cherish them. Only then you will be respected by others. If you don't have a holding an anchor of your own, and then start getting blown away by other things, well, you will not get that respect. Hold on to your place, hold on to your values, and by all means, learn as many languages and develop your skills, and then may you all succeed and prosper is my prayer.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you very much for your inspiring message. See, if I want to conclude Maharaj's message in two sentences, that we are getting sambhar chawal daily prepared by mother. But if in pizza restaurants we'll go and eat, we will cherish that. So don't do that. Respect your chawal and sambar. Respect your culture. Respect our Indian culture. And as Maharaj put, as we put in our prayer, that the chain of character, how character can be built? Thought leads to action, action converts to habit, and that habit only what you are representing yourself in day-to-day life. That is your character. So thank you very much, Maharaj. Thanks a lot. And we'll meet tomorrow again in the next prayer. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.